Uncle Crazy alongside Revy. Comfy make some music all history. Soca music sweeter than sweet. Start to move your dancing feet. X. Think to make me ramage. Think to make me break away. Make me do what shadow say. And think what it, think to make me ramage. Think to make me break away. Make me do what shadow say. And think what it, we are going home tonight. Hey. We fetting till morning light.
All right. So welcome back, everyone. So we do have a very interesting segment for you right now. The Ministry of Youth Development and National Service is launching its micro and small business grant. And we do have this morning no other person but the Minister of Youth Development and National Service, Minister Foster Cummings. Minister Cummings, thank you very much for coming this morning.
Thank you, Marlon. Thank you for having me, and good morning to Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah. Well, Minister, I'm sure that the young people of Trinidad and Tobago would be very interested in this micro and small business grant. Please tell us about it.
Well, we launched this grant yesterday. NEDCO is implementing this on behalf of the government. It's a government policy of supporting small and micro enterprises who have good ideas, want to get into business, are skilled to do so, but they lack the capital or the ability to get the funding from the commercial banking sector. And this is the government's program that will assist in expanding the economy, diversification, and supporting not only young persons, because 60% of the grants will be reserved for young persons, but of course those over 35 can also apply, and the other 40% will go to those.
Let's get a little deeper into it. Who is eligible for this?
All citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. So that we, of course, focus on the young people because we want to encourage young people in business. As you know, the agricultural programs that we are running as well, they also have access to another grant. But persons over 35 will be considered for 40% of the grants. It's 1,000 grants per year, up to a total of $20,000. And of course, there are qualifying criteria and so forth that you must have a business registered, and they will look at your business plan and how you intend to execute your business program. There's a period of training. It's a 2-week training period that you'll have to undergo with NEDCO. There's some element of mentorship. You'll be assigned to someone who is established in business to help guide you and prepare you for the area of business you plan to go into. And it's open to any business, really. We know we are training a lot of persons, Marlon, so that after they come out of this skills training programs, they have an opportunity, if they not want to go into the job market, to get involved in some small business.
Is it for existing businesses or new businesses?
Existing and startups. So that we will consider persons who have been in business for a while, but they, as I said, did not have the initial startup capital, and they need that push. So for instance, if you did tailoring as one of our programs, and you need to buy a serger, a sewing machine, etc., you didn't have that capital, but you have the skill, you want to get into business, you want to take that risk, we are going to give you that support.
Any type of business? Any
type of business, auto mechanic, air conditioning, as I said, tailoring, electrical, welding, and even those persons who, of course, are going into new age types of business that is tied to the technology and that kind of thing.
Yeah. So is it then, Minister, that these grants are going to be tailored to the type of business that is presented before you?
Well, as I said, it's up to a total of $20,000. It doesn't mean that you would necessarily, if you're going to start a business that only requires $5,000, that is what you're going to get.
Right.
So it's up to a total of $20,000. We understand as well that some people may need more than that to establish their business, but of course there are other services that NEDCO offers that they can take advantage of. That's the loan program and so forth. And yes, it's going to be tailored in the sense that once you come with your plan, you're going to get the assistance from NEDCO to help you work through where there are deficiencies and so forth, prop them up in the areas where they are weak, give them the kind of training to fill that gap, and then the funding will come thereafter.
How soon after?
Well, it is an online application process. As a matter of fact, persons can apply now, today. You can apply, Marlon. It's msbgrant.com, and you can call 821-5800 extension 2013, and you will get that support. And the process is should not take a very long period of time. As I said, there is a 2-week training period. So after the application is assessed and we say, okay, yes, this is one that can move forward, you'll be contacted, you get into the training program, you complete that successfully, and thereafter the funds are available to you.
How many people are you catering for?
We intend to touch 1,000 persons per year with this program.
Right.
The program will run in the initial stage for 3 years, and we'll assess it after that to see how it has achieved its objectives. But for the fiscal, we will touch 1,000 persons minimum, because we are giving out $20 million in grants totally. But of course, as I said earlier, not everyone may need $20,000. So we may even exceed the number of 1,000, but that would be the minimum amount of persons.
Yeah. And you said that yesterday the program was launched?
The program was launched yesterday.
Was it
so that
response like?
Excellent. As a matter of fact, since the launch of the program yesterday, persons have been contacting me on my cell phone about this program. And what I can say to them is, it's open to everyone. You go on the website, you apply on the website, and it will receive due consideration. It doesn't matter whether you're from Tobago, whether you're from Trinidad, whatever part of Trinidad you're from, this program is open to all citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, but of course, with a special emphasis for the young people.
Yeah, and you're saying that persons can register and apply via the ministry's website?
It's a special website set up specifically for this program. As I repeat it, it is www.msbgrant.com. And the evaluation will be conducted by the professionals at NEDCO, who, as you know, NEDCO offers a suite of services, granting small business loans to persons who don't normally or wouldn't normally be able to qualify from the commercial banking sector. The NEDCO also has a business accelerator program that offers mentorship to persons in business wanting to get in business, startups, persons wanting to expand their business. That is their existing business. So they have the capacity to be able to share that support with those persons who are now going to be able to access the grant program. So yes, quite excited about it, and a lot of persons have been showing interest in the last 24 hours that we launched this program.
All right. I want to go back through the process again, because persons may just about be joining us. So I want you to go through the process. So I go up on the website, I apply.
Yes.
Explain the process for me now.
So this is, as I said earlier, it's a government initiative to assist small business. So we're making it very easy for you to access it. So it's an online application. You go onto the website, www.msbgrant.com, and you will find a link there to access the application. It's a 7-step application process, so you have 7 areas to complete, and when you've completed it and submitted it, you will be contacted by NEDCO. And NEDCO will take you through the stages thereafter. A most important part of this is we're not just giving away money. A very important part of it is that you must go through the training component of it to make sure that you are ready to make proper use of this government initiative. And having completed that training successfully, you can then access the funds. And of course, there are safeguards in place. Because of course, Marlon, if you say you're going to buy a sewing machine, we want to make sure you're going to buy a sewing machine.
There has to be monitoring, right?
So there is a monitoring and evaluation of what is being done with this grant program, very strictly so, to make sure the funds are put to the use, the intended use. And after accessing the grant, there will be follow-up by the officials from NEDCO to make sure that you're getting the support along the way. Because what we want to do is create successful small businesses, because that in itself will, one, create employment for the person who is accessing the grant, but also once they expand, they will be able to employ other persons. And so it's employment generation, it is diversification of the economy, and it's boosting the small and micro enterprise sector.
Yeah. And let's dig a little deeper into that statement, because why is this program so important, you think, to the government at this time, and also important to the population and the applicants at this time?
We have been having a lot of discussions surrounding how do we steer our young population into productive activity. If you observe, we have, as a government, launched several programs aimed at attracting our young people away from unproductive behavior. Our agricultural programs. I spoke on this program before about the YAP program, which is the homestead program. I spoke about the shade house program, the aquaculture program. Then we also have heavy equipment operation training. We're soon to launch a program in the energy sector for those persons who want to do machine shop operation. We're soon to launch another program with the Ministry of Public Utilities dealing with the wiremen's program, plumbing for the WASA, potential WASA workers and so forth. And therefore, that suite of programs we have, including the skills program we're going to do at the youth camps, which we are currently actively working on. We are training persons, we are giving them the skill, but now you have to make sure that you don't leave them skilled but unproductive. So some will go into the workforce because they are there's a shortfall there. But others who want to get involved in business, we want to hold their hand to make sure that they can actually get the support in terms of capital and training so their business will be a success. So people speak about crime all the time. And, as I was saying yesterday, I'm no expert on this. But what I do know is that if we create opportunities and avenues for some of the young persons who are on the street, not involved in any kind of productive activity, and they're there, very open to be absorbed and recruited by persons who may not have their best interests at heart, then we take away from that pool and place them into more productive action.
Yeah. Now, as you intimated earlier, Minister, you have been here before speaking about some of the programs of your ministry. And my question is, yes, people have been applying for the programs, but have they been staying in the programs?
Oh, yes.
And what has the success rate been?
Definitely. For instance, I can tell you, with the Youth Homestead program, where we initially had an application of over 1,500 in the first cohort, 200 persons were eventually selected. We had the graduation recently for the first cohort. Over 180 persons graduated. That, Marlon, is a significant success rate for programs like these. In the Shade House program, where the first cohort was 100, a bit more rigorous of a program. We do it in conjunction with UWI, so there are certain matriculation requirements and so forth. We were able to graduate 68 persons in the first cohort. So yes, persons are staying the course, and some persons have the opportunity, if they may not have passed one or two courses, to repeat those courses and eventually graduate along with their peers in the second cohort.
Yeah. So I think it is safe to say, Minister, that your ministry in particular, because we're speaking about your ministry and the programs of your ministry, but you're giving people an opportunity, right?
People are being given an opportunity because the government recognizes. I mean, it is the reason for the establishment of the ministry in the first place, a ministry of youth development specific to looking after the development of our young people. And they are taking great access and holding on to the opportunities that are being presented. All of the programs that we have launched, be it the web design program, the coding program, the heavy equipment operation program, the air condition program, the auto mechanic program, all of these programs are heavily subscribed, and the persons are staying the course. And we are getting persons graduating out of there and getting into jobs, getting into business. And so that is why this program of this business grant is very important, because as we upskill people and put them out there, they now have the opportunity to access a program of grant funding so that they can start their own businesses. I'm sure they are quite excited about this.
How much people do you estimate that the Ministry of Youth Development and National Service, because of these programs that the ministry has touched over the duration of these programs?
We have so far exceeded 3,000 annually, and our target is that we will take that up to 5,000 per annum. Of course, we can always do more, but then there are other agencies, particularly under the Ministry of Education. There are several agencies. There's the MIC, there is YTEP, there is NESC, there is COSTAT, there is UTT, there is UWI. So there are many other agencies providing opportunities of training and development for young persons. So if you look at the overall government program, you're really talking in excess of 20,000 persons annually being given these opportunities by the government of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah. Minister, we're really at the beginning of 2024. Today is the last day of January. But as you look forward to the rest of the year, Minister, what sort of other programs are we going to see coming from your ministry?
Well, in a week or two, there's a very exciting program that we launched in conjunction with Heritage Petroleum. It is at Palo Seco, and it's geared to the persons in that catchment area, their fence line communities. And we're going to be doing a program there, an apprenticeship program that will offer to persons training in machine shop operation and other skills associated with the production side of things in the energy sector. And I think that a lot of persons are going to take advantage of that program. We're also doing it in conjunction with NESC, and that program is going to be run out of St. Madeleine, a drilling program for persons who want to get involved in that area. And most importantly, we launch very soon as well a program in crane operations, the assembly and dismantling of cranes, those tower cranes that you see on construction sites, mobile crane operation, the forklift operation, dump truck, skid steer, etc., so that you can look forward to those programs coming in not too distant future, I would say by March of this year.
Yeah. How does the ministry go about choosing the programs?
We do have a lot of interaction. You would know that we have a caravan, a youth career and education caravan that roves to different communities. It has been a tremendous success because what we do in a program that we take to the community, because we use social media, yes, we use the traditional media, yes, but sometimes in the community people do not get the information. So we take that caravan out there. It does two things for us. It allows us to share the programs of the government with the young people in the community, but it also allows us to get information. So persons can come on site there and apply and so forth, but they can also give us information as to what are some of the programs they would like to see us implement. And coming out of that kind of, I would say, consultation, we are able to then fashion programs to suit. In addition to that, we have been in discussions with the Contractors Association and other such organizations, and they will give us information as to where they feel we need to focus, and that is what we have been doing.
So then there is not a cookie-cutter approach. It's really to tailor the training, the programs, after what the community suggests or desires or what is needed, what the demand is.
Correct. It is where the demand is in the economy, in the various industries, where we recognize there is a shortfall. We are training towards filling that gap. So for instance, our agricultural programs, we understand that we have an aging farmer population. So that, bearing that in mind, all the statistics point to that, not only in Trinidad and Tobago, by the way. And therefore, when we say we're going to put 1,500 new farmers out there by 2025, it is in response to a need that exists.
Yes.
And when we say, for instance, that we are training persons in heavy equipment operation to operate bulldozers and trucks and backhoes and excavators, etc., it is in preparation for the robust expansion of work in the construction sector that we have to make sure that we have persons to fill that gap. So we are not just training because we want to boast that we are training. We are training to fill specific needs within the economy.
But how? Because you're saying that you have a situation where you all would visit the communities. But in addition to that, if there are communities that feel that there is a demand for a certain type of program, how do they relay that information? If your officials have not visited them, how does that community relay that information to the ministry?
You can do that through our network of youth development officers that we have throughout Trinidad and Tobago. We have sub-offices throughout the country, and our youth officers conduct that sort of extension work. Through existing youth groups and youth organizations. The Police Youth Club in particular is one that we collaborate with on a very regular basis. So we have ways and means of getting the data back to center. And now we also have the ministry's website, www.mydns.com, and you can go on there and as well interact with us and share information with us. Apart from that, we have our several stakeholders and partners that we collaborate with and have discussions with on a regular basis, and that feeds us a lot of information that we require in terms of our overall
And
plans.
are all of these services and programs free?
Every single one. There is no cost. There is no cost, man, because we don't want, when we go into communities where people do not even have the wherewithal to travel to a particular place to get training, we understand we have to take the training to them. So that we recently went into the we launched a Talk to Talk program, and we went into the community of Sealots. And I was amazed to see the young men who, when we went into the community, they were just linemen on the block and so forth. And they came in and sat down and chatted with us, put on our T-shirt, and, listened. We listened to what we had to say, but as well, made their contribution. As coming out of that, what we have determined is that in the Sealots area, there's a community center that has been built that is available to us, and we are going to go into that community and execute programs within the community. So those guys from Sealots, those young women, young men, do not need to leave the community to go anywhere. We are going to take some of our training programs to them in conjunction with YTEP and MIC, Barbering, Neil Tech, etc., and give them the opportunity to start to earn a decent income.
Yeah, Minister. Anything else you'd like to tell us before you leave us this morning?
Well, I would just like to say, Marlon, that I want to encourage all our young people that your development starts with you. You must have within you some desire to expand and achieve your full potential. We, as a government, we are going to give you that opportunity and that support. Reach out to us. We are going to support you. We have a wide range of programs, training programs, mentorship programs. Look out for the coming of the youth camps, for the residential training, our youth development centers for the non-residential training. There is going to be no excuse where there's going to be a young person who wants to get involved in something productive and they will not have the opportunity to do so. We are going to hold your hand and help you along the way.
Just to repeat for our viewers out there, read the Micro and Small Business Grant. Where can they get information again?
So for this grant, which is to support business persons interested in accessing the $20,000 grant, you can log on to www.msbgrant.com and you will find the link there to take you through the stages of application, and the NEDCO officials will be in touch with you to assist you in finalizing your application and the training that follows. We look forward to all persons who are interested in becoming entrepreneurs taking advantage of this government initiative.
Yeah, Minister, it was a pleasure speaking with you, and thank you very much for coming this morning and sharing this suite of opportunities, if I can put it that way, with our viewers. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me, Marlon. I did promise on the last occasion that I'm available to come and share information.
Thank you again, Minister. All right, we are going to have a very quick break. We are coming back.
Candy never